Hello viewers, and welcome to a brand new episode of Trashtalk on Fabula Ultima, Natural Fantasy Edition, a series where I talk about the various classes you can mix together to create your desired heroic characters in your Fabula Ultima campaign. In today's episode, Invoker, the furry power was too overwhelming. Invoker, Ascetic, Channeler, 5-Soul Master. Invokers are those that research the innate energy of the soul and how it weaves and manifests through their surrounding, allowing them to adapt and call upon the existing power of nature and working within it. In terms of mechanic, Invoker is a class whose ability is dependent on the very environment and battle scene itself. An Invoker will find themselves fighting somewhat differently at a grassy green hill or lava hellhole, like an elementalist, but you are a lot more dependent on the elements of the environment. On the other hand, it's dirt cheap to invoke elemental attack since you aren't fighting against nature itself. On the other hand, local enemies might have adapted to the environment far better than you ever could. As for the free benefit, the Invoker class will provide a permanent increase of either HP or MP, either will be good for Invoker. Now, let's take a look at the Invoker skill, starting with Elemental Harmony. Elemental Harmony, you may verbally communicate with creatures of the elemental species, and when you restore a creature's HP with invocation or spell, if an elemental is present on the scene, the restoration is increased by up to 10, exactly what it said. You can talk to elemental now, and also, as long as an elemental is unseen, even if it's a hostile one, you just plain heal more. So even if an elemental is resistant to whatever invocation you can throw out, their presence alone helps you anyway. Second, invocation, you may spend an action and 5 MP to perform an invocation, drawing energies from one of the well springs present on the scene. Your skill level determines the invocations you have access to. This is the skill you need to unlock all the invoking stuff. How it really works is simple. Every scene has 2 well springs, drawn from how the environment appears. For example, a castle might have earth and lightning, but going deep into the forge, and it might be earth and fire instead, and from these well springs, you get your invocations. First level only unlock Blast, which is just your average elemental blast. Second level unlock Hex, an invocation makes targets take more damage from specific elemental damage. Third level unlock other invocations that throw out all the status effects and also either heal your allies or make people lose MP and more. Hex especially is very useful if your team has the right damage type too, because that's gonna be a whole lot of damage. And with such a low MP cost, the Invoker can easily be paired with any other MP hungry classes for support or just more damage, or spend it on something else, like linked invocation. When you perform invocation, you may spend up to 30 more MP, and for each 10 MP spent this way your invocation may target one more target. This skill just makes your invocation multi-target, and it's not that expensive either unless you want to affect the whole enemy team. Pretty useful if you desire that. Fourth, Ripples. After an enemy you can see lose HP due to damage dealt by your allies. If said damage was increased by your Hex, you may perform a free attack onto said enemy with your weapon with skill level bonus to accuracy, plus the same damage type of what your allies attack just did. Afterward, all Hex invocations on the target will be gone. If 2 or more enemies trigger the skill at the same time, you beat the shit out of them at the same time. Hex is definitely one of the stronger invocations for damage with the right allies, and the skill just improves it even more. You Hex an enemy, your allies beat them up with the right damage type, and after one last smash from your ally, you can finish it up with another of your own. This even combo with linked invocation, because if your allies has the right multi-target elemental spell, that's gonna be a lot of damage combined. Heck, you don't even need 5 whole point for this. Who needs that many accuracy bonus? Just put 1 and you are good to go. It will get even better too, because Wellspring expansion also exists. As long as you are wielding arcane, bow, brawling, flail, sword, or thrown weapons, your blast invocation deals up to +5 extra damage and your Hex grants +5 more extra damage. This will cost 5 skill points max, but increasing the Hex damage bonus from 5 to 10 is actually kinda insane. With the right team, that will be a rolling storm. It also helps that this is the only way to increase damage granted by Hex, as going higher level only increases damage of other invocation or your restoration ones, not Hex. After putting 10 levels into Invoker, it is now considered as mastered and you can pick a heroic skill for it. There are in total 4 Invoker specific heroic skills, 3 in Natural Fantasy, and 1 in the 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement, the smallness of which is unsurprising given that this is the last of the class supplement for Fabula Ultima, currently. First up, there's Bend Magic, which can also be unlocked by Elementalist, Anthropist, Symbolist, and requires the invocation skill. After an enemy hits or misses you with an offensive spell, if the result of their magic check is even, you may immediately use any invocation for free, actually free with no MP cost, on said enemy, no hex though, as even the skill knows that's too much. It's just free damage. 50% of the time when an enemy shoot magic bolt at you, you can punch explode them right back. This is really good to say the least. Second, Inner Wellspring. After you acquire this heroic skill, whenever you rest, you may choose one wellspring to be inside you. Once you do, you gain the following benefits until you rest. You may perform Ritual of the Elementalism discipline with the element of the wellspring. You have resistance to the damage type of the wellspring, and when you do damage, you may switch the damage to the damage type of the wellspring and ignore resistance. And of course, you can use your inner wellspring like a normal wellspring. With this, you have 3 wellsprings, one that you have access to all the time with many more benefits. Sufficient to say, this is a massive multiplier to the capability of your invoker. And third, there's strength of the 5 wellsprings. After you perform an invocation during a conflict, you and up to 1 ally can increase one of your attribute die sizes by 1. This increase lasts until the end of the scene or until you use the skill again, and the attribute is based on the wellspring you have invoked: air for insight, earth for any, fire for dex, lightning for might, and water for willpower. With this, you can essentially increase one of your allies and your attribute die size for free. That also lasts till the end of the scene. Suffice to say, that's actually pretty powerful and can be used quite flexibly depending on what you need for the conflict. Pretty good. And lastly, in the 6th Fabula Ultima bonus supplement, there's Flow of Yin and Yang, which can also be unlocked by Dancer, Elementalist, and Esper. Finally, this is the last time I ever need to talk about this, but to summarize, with the right damage type, you can accumulate Yin and Yang point to make all enemies lose MP or one ally to recover MP. Useful for if you want to shut down the entire enemy team or just be support, and with how flexible Invoker can be with elemental damage, it will be real easy to pick what you want. And that's basically it on Invoker, natural energy invoking martial artists that really rely on the local feng shui for power. That's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe and click that notification bell button. If you want to see the videos early as well as further support my channel, you can join in my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.